Hello friends. In the series on the income tax cases, today we will discuss a case in which the assessing officer issues the notice under section 148 without considering the submissions of the assessee and without going into the integrity that whether any income has escaped assessment or not, which is chargeable to tax. And in cases where the notices are just issued on the presumption that whatever the sale has been affected on the part of the assessee, that sale represents the assets of the assessee without mentioning that which assets those sale represent. This issue has been taken by Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Office of Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax and others versus Sanjeev Khanna and Sanjay Kumar. This case has been reported in 468 ITR at page number 105 and the date of the judgment is 17th September 2024. The case relates to the assessment year 16-17 and the main drawback in the whole case of the assessee was that the assessee has not filed the return of income for the assessment year 16-17. It is my experience that in case the assessee has not filed the return of income and the assessing officer goes with issuing the notice under section 148, even if the income is not escaped or if some loans have been taken by the assessee or given by the assessee, then in that case it is very difficult to take the case from the mouth of the department through the writ petitions, because in that case the assessee has to bear the pain of going into the ruthless and inhuman assessments. So it is always advisable to file the returns on time. In the present case, when the notice was issued to the assessee under section 148A clause B, then it was alleged by the assessing officer that an amount of rupees 72 lakh has been received by the assessee as a result of export transaction, which was in the form of an asset that has escaped assessment. When this notice was issued to the assessee filed a detailed submission by giving the explanation that this export transaction represent the sale of 16 scooters and that sale does not represent any asset, and the assessee also submitted the computation of income and the computation of the tax amount. The assessee was also keeping its point that the assessing officer has not mentioned that the sale transaction is represented by which asset, whether it is land or building or shares or equities, loans or advances. So the notice of the assessing officer was vague. The assessee challenged the notice under section 148 because the assessing officer issued the notice under section 148 without considering the submissions of the assessee that the sale does not represent the income or any asset of the assessee. When this matter was taken away by the assessee to the writ court, the court said that in the present case, the assessing officer has not considered the submissions of the assessee and it is a fault on the part of the assessing officer that he has not mentioned in the notice whether under section 148A clause B, whether in the order under section 148A clause D or notice under section 148 that the sale transaction represent which asset, whether it is land, building or shares or equities or loans and advances. Then in the circumstances when the notice has been issued by the assessing officer without considering the submissions of the assessee and without considering that the assessee has submitted computation of income and computation of tax, then in that case the notice issued by the assessing officer under section 148 is not as per the mandate of section 148A. So the High Court allowed the writ of the assessee, and when the revenue filed the special leave petition, the special leave petition was also dismissed by the Honorable Supreme Court. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Office of Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax and others versus Sanjeev Khanna and Sanjay Kumar, and this case has been reported in 468 ITR at page number 105 and the date of the judgment is 17th September 2024. Thank you, friends.